On-site Paris-Nice Stage 6 here at the finish at La Colle-sur-Loup. What should have been the finish, however, the stage today was canceled due to what the organizers called violent, strong winds. And yes, they are. Despite the sun shining, today is a rough day, and especially if you're going to be out there on your bike. The day was supposed to be 197 kilometers from Tourvet here to the finish near Nice to La Colle-sur-Loup. And it was going to be one of those classic type stages with the slight possible wind coming off the Côte d'Azur, a lot of little climbs, including this one up here to the finish. And with the big days to come, tomorrow a summit finish and the final stage 8 in Nice, another one of those tough up and down stages. Today was going to be that launch pad working into the weekend, but we could already see this morning at the start in Tourvet that it was probably not going to be. In fact, this morning the organizers took the decision to let the stage start for the riders to do a couple of neutral laps around Tourvet, put everybody in the bus down the road and run a 80-kilometer stage here to the finish, doing a couple laps up here to the finish line, 80 kilometers long. That way both the start and the finish village, well, they're happy, and the riders get to race the sixth stage of this 8-day stage race. But instead, everybody started to look at the winds and realize it was going to be too much. The local governments, the local police from the different areas along the course reported back to the organizers there were trees downed on the course and the conditions were not safe, let alone the protocol for rider safety in cycling. So the decision was made after the riders were already in the bus heading towards that new start point. No race today. And so the riders are free to go to their hotels and prepare for tomorrow's big summit finish. Some of those riders we spoke to this morning, it was a mixed bag of riders for and against the initial decision to shorten the stage. We spoke to riders like Jonas Vingegaard and Matteo Jorgensen. They said, hey, the conditions are dangerous. It's better that they move and shorten the stage, perhaps cancel the stage altogether. And then other riders like Tadej Pogacar and Nilsen Paulus, the American, they wanted to do some racing out there in the winds, and they thought the decision was unjust. Perhaps later, seeing the reports of the strong winds, the riders will say, well, it was the proper decision to make. Regardless, the stage has been canceled today. No riders are racing across this finish line as it's way too windy. We see them breaking down the barriers and all the finish line materials to tomorrow's summit finish when Paris-Nice resumes with stage 7. Tadej Pogacar still in the lead by 6 seconds over David Gaudu, and back in third place, Jonas Vingegaard at 46 seconds, with everything still to race for, including that yellow jersey.